Layton is one of the most hyped niche fragrances of all time, but is it worth the hype? How's it going, everyone? This is Campus Notes, and I talk everything fragrance from the perspective of a college student. Today we were going over Layton, which is Parfums de Marly's 2016 release, and it is one of the most influential fragrances of all time. However, due to the fact that this will run you between $250 and around $400, is it actually worth that kind of cash? Well, first let's check the notes out. Layton opens up with apple, lavender, bergamot, and mandarin orange, with the middle notes of geranium, violet, and jasmine, and the base notes of vanilla, cardamom, sandalwood, pepper, gaiac wood, patchouli, cumarin, amber. There's a lot of base notes. What really gets you off the top is that apple. The apple is very strong, and it's very pleasant. It's this sweet, juicy apple that doesn't smell overly synthetic. Of course, the lavender giving it a bit more of an old school feel, but still, this doesn't smell old school, this smells modern. And of course, that almost mintiness that I believe is coming from the geranium. That's what I hear. And I've had some mixed opinions on that mintiness, which I will get to in a minute. But yeah, you can feel in that base the vanilla, the cardamom, the sandalwood. It is just a beautiful, rich, luxurious fragrance. It doesn't smell cheap. You couldn't pick up a fragrance at TJ Maxx and smell this off a tester strip. You can smell the quality. To me, Layton is a fragrance where you can wear it in the fall, the winter, the spring. It just might get a little too sweet and cloying and thick in the summer. But for the colder days, this is incredibly versatile. You can wear this most places, for most occasions. Some people may reserve it for a special occasion, but I think you could rock this during the daytime, during the nighttime, if you just want to smell fresh and attractive. I've had a lot of positive and mixed opinions on Layton over time. Now, even though I own a full bottle of Layton, it took me a while to actually come around to it. At first, I got a 10 ml sample, which is about this big for those who don't know. This isn't Layton, this is a different fragrance. But I had about that much of Layton. And when I first got it, I was super excited to try it because this stuff is so hyped by the community, and I just knew it was gonna be amazing. But when I first sprayed it on, all I could smell was Vicks Vapor Rub. All I could smell, and when you read reviews online, you're gonna see this impression come up a bit, is that it kind of gives a mentholy Vicks Vapor Rub kind of smell coming from the geranium. So for the longest time, probably a couple months, I was very put off of Layton, and I did not like it at all. I just found it kind of unwearable, not enjoyable at all, and I thought it was just gonna end like that. But then I came to college for a few months, went home for break, found the 10 ml sample again, and I tried it on, and it was honestly a lot better than I remembered it being. I ended up taking it back here to college. I was spraying it more and more and more, usually on my arm like this. And for some reason, before, when I was just getting slammed with the Vicks Vapor Rub, now I was kind of understanding this beautiful, bright, effervescent, kind of almost creamy freshness that it has, with the apple, the vanilla giving this just almost edible character to it. It's just one of the most beautiful fragrances in my collection. I know that I can just throw this on, go do whatever I need to do, and I'm just gonna smell great all day. And that's the other thing with this fragrance, is it performs very, very well. You get that niche type performance. It's not absolutely nuclear, but this will last you. This is not a weak fragrance by any means. I think a college person could wear this, somebody in their 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s even. But I'd honestly say for the most part, if you're a guy and you just want something that is masculine, fresh, spicy, beautiful, this is your fragrance. Now, the next thing that you need to take into consideration when thinking about purchasing Layton is, of course, the price tag, which is very, very expensive. It's hundreds of dollars. You're going to be spending hundreds of dollars if you want a bottle of Layton. There are clones out there, but as I hear, they don't get it one for one. And I think that is because there are materials, raw materials that are used in this fragrance that you can't just replicate with lesser expensive ingredients, meaning you can smell the quality. Would I recommend it at this price tag? Honestly, I would, because you're spending a couple $100s. Maybe you have to earn up to that. For me, this was a gift, a very, very gracious gift. I didn't even have to spend up to it, but I think if I had spent up to this and I had worked a long time, I wouldn't have regretted buying this fragrance at all. You can smell the quality, it lasts a long time, It's a big bottle. This is gonna last me a while. I mean, unless I'm spraying it like crazy, this will last a while. And honestly, I find that no more than 4 or 5 sprays. My spray routine is definitely on the lesser side. I'm definitely more of an undersprayer than an oversprayer, but for me, 3, 4 times will do the job. Now, to the question that I love to answer for any fragrance is, would I wear it to my 9 a.m.? And it is a resounding yes. Even if it's early in the morning, even if you're around a bunch of people who probably didn't sign up to be smelling whatever kind of fragrance, they are gonna like this. If you're off to your 9 a.m. and you spray 3 sprays of this, you will be fantastic. You will be golden. People will notice you, people will enjoy it. And this is why I think this is such an amazing fragrance, because it strikes that sweet spot between being mass appealing and also just being an amazing fragrance that I can also enjoy. Sometimes fragrances are one or the other. It's mass appealing and it's boring, or it's really interesting and most people think that you smell like garbage. This is the perfect child of both groups. Honestly, I would rate Layton 10 out of 10. I'm not trying to just go with the crowd and go with the hype. I once thought that it was overrated, but once I've come to understand what Layton is and what it does, it has become an absolute essential in my collection.